Talk in the Spirit. We don't have an intro.
It's all good. Listen, the floor is yours. It's hosting Girl Talking the Spirit tonight.
Yes, yes.
Shout out Cousin Daryl.
Cousin Daryl in the building, as y'all know.
We got Hakeem the poet. Y'all know how we like to start off our show.
Moment of the week.
With the
and we have a special guest too. Let's not forget our special guest.
And we got a special
Sadiq,
guest.
say what's up.
Hello.
Hey Sadiq. Hey Sadiq. Thanks for being our calling guest. Listen, you show us so much love. We appreciate that.
For sure. So here it is.
I depend on y'all on Thursdays. Y'all know I'll be going through stuff during the week.
Yep.
Listen,
that's why I wanted to hit you
that's
up.
why we doing it regardless of what. You understand what I'm saying? We got to keep moving. If something happened in the studio, we weren't able to record live at Spiritual Connect. Listen, we appreciate Spiritual Connect and
for sure
them supporting Girl Talking the Spirit, but Girl Talking the Spirit is still Girl Talking the Spirit.
Listen, we gotta
keep it pushing every single Thursday. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Except for vacations, because summer coming. Because I'm taking some vacation.
Listen, I'm working. I ain't no vacation for me.
I'm going on vacation.
Not for a couple years.
I hear Cousin Daryl.
Nah, maybe next year.
It's some Thursdays y'all may have to hear a pre-recorded show.
Take that chicken.
Listen, we doing something big this year. We doing something big this year.
I love it.
Telling you.
Who going first for the moment of the week?
Sadiq going first.
Oh, come on, cousin. You gotta turn her up. Wait, we can't hear you, Sadiq.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
My moment of the week was actually today. So, as everybody know that know me, know I have 6 kids. Working on my number 5 to get to college. And she was allowed to apply for early graduation. I am just so proud of her. I got a phone call from one of her professors, and it's nothing like having somebody say how important your child is to them and how hard of a worker that they are, and everything that you hoped and prayed that you instilled in them, somebody else sees.
Wow.
So that made me feel very, very good that all of the hard work and diligence that we all have came as a community and done, for my kids is working out.
Yeah,
I love it. That's deep. Yes, thanks for sharing. Who next?
Yo, don't forget to make eye contact with the camera. I'm looking at y'all. Y'all nervous about being on camera?
No, we just flowing. Go ahead. We ain't
all right, go ahead.
Who going next?
I'll go next.
Go next.
So my moment of the week is speaking stuff into existence.
Okay.
And watching it manifest.
All right.
So what's crazy is, remember I told you 3 weeks ago that I wrote my goal. No, I'm sorry. It was 5 weeks ago. I wrote my goals down, and I wrote 52 of my goals. And how about out of the 52, I've already completed 16 for the entire year.
I love it.
So my goals before a year, I wrote 52 goals down that I had to have completed for the entire year. And I completed 16 of those goals.
So a goal a week, pretty much.
It seems like it.
Yes, 52 weeks in a year.
Listen,
52 goals.
52 goals for the year. And expanding, by the way, because every time I hit a milestone, my goals expand. So I don't stop at the 52 goals, because the more experience I get or the more exposure I get, the higher my goals increase.
Look at you tapping into that topic.
Yeah. So the higher my goals increase. So I'm not settling for me just achieving a goal and staying there. I got to achieve that goal and then set the next goal, and then achieve that goal and set the next goal. And it's going to continue to be that way. So speaking things into existence, watching it manifest, and then continuing to progress throughout everything. So that's what I'm excited about, man. We cooking.
That's what's up.
We cooking. For real.
How can you going next, or you want me to go?
I can go.
All right.
So my moment of the week is...
That's the mic too, right?
Yeah. My moment of the week is pushing through even when you are tired. Because when you are tired, it's still people that need you.
Right? Come on.
And people that depend on you, and people that might rely on you, and stuff like that. So like my moment of the week is, like I was talking to Sean today, and I said, Sean, I'm tired, not just about And I said, I'm gonna take some time off for myself. But what you say? You say, even when you're tired, you still got to push forward. You said, I'm tired right now. You see what I'm saying? So my moment of the week is, even when you're tired, even when you feel like you drained, you still can push through to make an impact and make a difference in the world. Even when you're in your last energy, in your last throw. But the energy, the passion of change, and the compassion of change, and the desire to change, and to help people change, it's going to get you over that hurdle. Even when you're tired, it's going to push you forward. It's going to make you grow and make you help people. So my moment of the week is, even when you're tired, push through and be grateful.
Yeah.
Let me find out. Y'all both touching on the topic tonight. I
Ain't
love
that
it.
crazy?
So listen, Hakeem called me like, yo, I ain't gonna make it, Shine. I'm tired. This, that. And I get it. I understand. He just talking. I'm listening. I just got up from my nap and he flowing. I'm like, yo, Hakeem, you cannot come and do the show with us tonight. You dropping too much wisdom. Somebody need to hear that.
See?
He like, you know what? I am gonna push through. I'm gonna come.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because he was dropping so much wisdom.
And you hear though.
Yeah, he was dropping so much wisdom on that phone. We was talking about spirituality tonight. And we're gonna touch on that in a minute. But yeah, I'm glad you pushed through. So my moment on the week is definitely gonna be the way others view you. So I'm learning that I don't view myself at a higher standard as I should. And that's just real talk. You know what I mean? And I think we downplay the gifts that we have and our talents. And I started going to this place, let's just put it that way, this place that I gotta go to for a couple weeks. And the front desk person, the way that they look at me, at first I was like, well, why do size me up like that? You know what I mean? I'm like, what's up? You know, our first instance, like, is it a problem? You know what I mean? But the way he's looking at me, like, yo, she well put together. I'm not used to seeing that in a Black woman, first and foremost. You can tell, because he's our counterparts. He's a white gentleman. You know what I mean? And on top of that, she's a woman. Like, just like, it's something about me that he admires. He don't even have to say, his body language says it every time I sign in, he speak to me. He's just amazed at how well put together I am, and the way I talk, and my dialogue, and my speech. So that made me like, wow, stop downplaying you, Siobhan. You know what I mean? Stop downplaying your gifts and talents. And we do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to be like, I'm amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm great at doing what I do in certain areas. Like, for real.
You better talk.
That's my moment of the week.
Because you, as like I said, you got that glow, and one thing about that glow and that energy, people can pick up on that.
Yeah.
No matter where you go at, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, no matter where you go at, your energy.
I'm telling you,
it's in an ambience.
I'm gonna tell you, you know why this is refreshing hearing this? Because me becoming a life coach and this journey that I'm on to be a life coach is that it's teaching people that your purpose is higher than what you think it is.
Come on.
Most times people, because of the perception and what people perceive us to be, we take that in on our own and we say, well, that's who I should be and that's who I am.
Come on, they are going right into our topic.
Heck no, that's
We're
not
about
who
to be
you
preaching
are
tonight. Listen.
That's not who you are.
Listen, so based on the way I was viewed and what people told me about me, I still carry a lot of that.
Right.
But that's not me, like you said. You know what I mean? Slowly but surely, I'm breaking out of other people's concepts and ideas. You know, that mold, but don't box me in. You know what I mean? Because I know who Siobhan is now. At one point, I didn't.
Right.
So because of other people tried to form an opinion of me, form like, okay, Siobhan is this way, and I was going along with that. I'm downplaying my own gifts and talents. But now it's like, no,
right.
I am also. But you know what I mean?
Quick question.
Yes.
Do you believe that sometimes in life that people see you different than how you see your own self?
They do, always. Everyone sees you differently.
Pick up everything, so
you know what I mean? Everyone views you differently, and I truly believe that. So their perception of me is totally different than probably another one of my cousins. You know what I mean? And it's based off relationship, proximity. That's how I wanted to talk about that tonight. Proximity is power. Y'all get that?
Yeah.
Proximity really is power.
It is.
You understand what I'm saying? We're talking about exposure. We're going to jump right into the topic, right? The impact of exposure, how being exposed to certain things, how impactful that has been. Who want to start?
I'll start.
Go ahead.
Being exposed to certain things changes your life.
It does.
It changed your life. So I experienced number one. I never was on radio before, but I did speak in front of people.
Daryl, you listen, that's why we connected, because I was going to interview you. I wasn't telling you.
Yeah.
So I want to know, how did Girl Talk in the Spirit and coming to co-host with me, how impactful and being exposed to that, how impactful, how has that have an impact on your career? This, because it's a career, right? This your passion, what you love. For the floor is yours.
Right.
How did that impact the floor is yours to be how you birthed the floor is yours?
Well, it's everything. Number one, like I said, this is where it starts from. The relationship that me and you built. Let's be honest, it wasn't as strong as it could have been when we started off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you asked me to come on the show and speak, it was just that. I was a call-in guest. I was calling up to speak, and like I said before, fireworks, pew, pew, you know what I mean? And she was like, "Yo, you gotta come up to the studio." I said, "Bet." The next week, I came up to the studio, and since then we've been tag along.
And that connection with me, you and Curtis was dope. It really was dope.
But as far as what it does for me, this is my life, right? Because I knew that even before Girl Talk in the Spirit that I was supposed to speak, but Girl Talk in the Spirit allowed me to get rid of the nervousness. It allowed me to filter through my insecurities, filter through some of the things that I was working with. And you do that through consistency. So the more you do it, the less you're nervous. You can speak to that. You can speak to that, and not only that, but at the same time, I ran into Girl Talk in the Spirit, and I started doing that. I also was speaking in front of crowds, with the financial industry that I was in. And that allowed me to say, yo, this is dope. I can see this as being a career. Me coming on the radio every single week. Not only that, me being able to empower people and enlighten people at the same time. This is my everything. This is what I truly care about. And it's funny because a lot of people still don't know that's my passion. And I do this everywhere I go. I don't make it a secret. This is who I am. But people don't pay attention. People don't pay attention. My passion is talking. My passion is inspiring. My passion is motivating. My passion is pushing people to a level they feel like they can't get to. That's my passion. My passion is the floor is yours. My passion is Girl Talk in the Spirit. My passion is Hakeem. My passion is Siobhan. My passion is Sadiqa. My passion is my family. My passion is all those people out there who got those insecurities. A lot of the same insecurities that I had, who grew up in the same neighborhoods that I grew up in, felt like they didn't have nowhere to go. Nobody will listen to them. Nobody gives a damn. This is for those people. This is for why I'm doing this is bigger than me. It is. And a lot of people might say, well, Daryl's all about himself. If you think that, that's fine, but I'm not. And I'm gonna show you through my actions. I just wanted to, but yes, Girl Talk in the Spirit is it started everything. And I will never, ever, no matter how big I get, not take you with me. Wherever I go, no matter how far I go, no matter how much money I make, regardless of anything, Siobhan is coming with me, and Girl Talk in the Spirit will grow as much as I grow. So I just wanted to say that.
Drop the mic. Boom.
For real.
Hakeem. How impactful is exposure? How has that been on your life?
I'm kind of lost.
You lost in it?
I just need to
soak all that in. It's all good. It's all good. Sadiq, did you want to speak to that?
Sadiq, did you want to go?
For me, how impactful is
being exposed to certain things. So, for example, right? I always use this analogy. Growing up, we all grew up and we all were in the same environment, right? And I tell Darren Hakeem this all the time, Sadiq. I can't understand and relate as a man, but I understand environmental wise because we all came from the same environment. So I know what it feels like to come from the hood, from nothing. You know what I mean? Live barely eating, barely making it. No, our goal was what? Survival, right? So that was my ultimate. You got it. Survivor of the fittest. What? Only who survive?
Only the
strong survive. And that's real talk. So my ultimate goal was, especially when I got pregnant being a teen mom, how am I going to take care of me and my baby? College was never a goal. You get what I'm saying? Because I wasn't exposed to that. So we're talking tonight about how important or how impactful has being exposed to certain things been in your life. So it took for me to go in the shelter with my 2-month-old baby, right? Then from the shelter, being all these different community programs, and then to start working for this nonprofit, doing all these trainings and being exposed to different things. Like, whoa, the world got more to offer. It ain't just 46th Street. You know what I mean? It ain't just this community. I don't have to sell drugs. I don't have to be somebody, have all these baby fathers, which I do, but that's a whole nother story. But y'all laughing, I'm being real. No, but really, that's not the end of my story though, right? You know what I mean? I don't have to be on the system. I don't have to collect welfare. You know what I mean? I don't have to not know what it means to be a homeowner, to be a business owner. Like, I'm a business owner now. I would have never fathomed that back then. That wasn't a goal of mine. So I had to give you like the little leeway, but that's what we talking about tonight.
Okay, so
that was heavy. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, real
Thank
heavy.
You so much.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.
For me, I always say that you don't have to be a product of what you come from.
Come on.
Okay. For me, I was exposed to a lot of different things. Okay. Even though we grew up on 46th Street, and I do hear a lot of the young men and the young ladies, I'm all 46th Street. With me, I'm gonna be honest. That's the place that I lived, but that's not me, because I didn't never want to be a product of my environment.
Right.
I always wanted to be better than what my mother was, because I know that I had the potential to succeed. My mother always pushed education. Even though she might not have had all of the education, she pushed education on her kids. And for me, a goal for me, I was a teen parent. I was the first one around the PJs that had a baby. And from that, everybody looked down on me. Everybody, oh, she ain't gonna do nothing with herself. Oh, she's gonna be this. Oh, she not gonna do this. And I made for myself, my goal in life was always to have my kids see me get up every morning and go to a job, go to a responsibility, have a responsibility of me being their caretaker. So my exposure to different environments gave me that opportunity to go to school. I was always taught, you look for people of a higher standard than what you are, so you can have something to reach for.
You gotta talk about it.
Okay, God put me and my kids in a position that afforded us to be able to go to college for free. You understand what I'm saying? God put us in a position.
That's dope.
Okay, to put people in my life that I know that care and that was going to push for me. I've always been a person that had all the kids around. But guess what? Everybody always flocked to me because I'm a caregiver. I'm a nurturer. I'm a genuine lover. So yeah, you have to always surround yourself around people that's of a higher standard. And they don't, that when I say a higher standard, I don't mean, that they gotta have the best jobs. I'm looking at you, Siobhan, and I told you this before. I look forward to your show, and I'm gonna tell you what your show has done for me, and I told you that before. Some days I don't know if I'm coming or going. You understand what I'm saying? People don't know my personal business. I mean, my brother do, and you might know a little bit, but I've been sick on and off, on and off. I had to end up because of my vocal cord dysfunction. I had to get a tracheotomy done. A lot of people don't know that. Even though I'm talking, I had something sticking out of my throat. So some days I get up, I'm miserable because I don't look like I feel that people should see me. And it's not about me. It's about me feeling like, all right, well, they gonna see me, they not gonna like how I look, I'm gonna look funny. And then I took a step back. And what made me take a step back is my 2 granddaughters. Because anytime them kids can come around me and look at me and don't see no difference, I don't care about what nobody else.
Wow. That's dope. That's all that.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your show, I look forward to Thursday night.
That's why we gotta keep it pushing, no matter what.
Day, I write in my gratitude journal.
Come on.
I do. I write in my journal because there's a lot of thoughts that I have. I have really bad anxiety. I do. You know, and I know where my anxiety comes from. And it comes from me being ill, you know. But at the same time, like Hakeem said earlier, some days you just don't feel like it. I'm telling you, you don't feel like it. But guess what? You got to get motivated and you got to pump yourself up and say, guess what? I don't feel like it. But God, I know it's somebody out there that feel worse than I do. And I know if I can get this little energy up to help one person.
You'd be surprised because those are the days. Those are the days that matter the most.
Exactly.
Those are the days that actually pushes you. Like the days you actually feel like doing something, those are the days you just be like, all right, well, I'm supposed to do it. But the days you feel like you don't want to do it or you don't have the energy to do it, you get so many blessings.
Yeah.
Like you'd be so surprised the gratitude that you get you have for yourself because you push through.
Yeah.
And then that builds your subconscious mind, which is more important than anything.
How about that?
And I'm a personal testimony to that because today I was drained. I was tired when I see 4 o'clock in the morning. I got up early.
I like the outfit, by the way.
I ran a lot, did a lot. And I told Sean, I said, Sean, I'm tired. And she was like, and I talked to Shantae, she was like, you know, and y'all was pushing me through, but I was trying to be honest. Honest, but they pulled me through. So now I'm glad I did come, and I don't feel tired no more.
You feel energized.
I feel energized,
and you got some wisdom.
And I got some wisdom.
Something that
you
can't
see what I'm
be
saying?
taken
So
away
even
from
when
you.
you're tired, you see what I'm saying? Even when you're tired, cousin,
for sure,
or Shine, you still you never know. You gotta push the extra mile. And it remind me of one of my favorite movies, Long Kiss Goodnight. When she said, "Mom, get up," and she was ready, Mom, and she got up. You see what I'm saying? And she pushed through. One of my favorite movies of all time, Long Kiss Goodnight. And you see what I'm saying? And but that movie it says a lot about a mother love for her daughter and what she would do for a child and the resilience. The resilience in that movie. You see what I'm saying? To where she wasn't gonna stop at nothing. One of my favorite movies, Long Kiss Goodnight. And
but
you know what I'm saying?
I want to say this. Like I spoke to you prior, Siobhan, even off the air, and I told you this. Girl, without your show half of the time, I don't know if I'm telling you. Sometimes I can't. I be so into the show that I be forgetting to even call in. When I look up, it's already 10 o'clock. I'm like, doggone it, the hour that went on so fast. So, but I look forward to because everything that you touch on, it's like you hitting one day this week, something like this had happened to me. So you touching on everything that I need to be talked about.
Come on, Sadiq.
You know, you touching on that. So yeah, we need to keep pushing forward.
Keep
However
pushing.
we need to do it to keep you going and keep you on this air.
Yes.
And I said to you before, you might not be what everybody needs, but you what most of us do need.
Come on.
And this is an outlet. You giving us a voice. Some people are too scared to even open up to talk. And you giving these people a voice. They might not physically be opening up their mouth, but they're feeling you in the inside. You know how long it took me to call into this show? Years. But I would never call in. But so many things that you touched on hit me to my heart. Sometimes when your show go up, I just sit in tears. And say to myself, man, this girl, like, she hitting on everything, you know. And this is what I needed to hear. And this is the stuff that I need to hear.
So that's what we talking.
Get up and get your butt going.
That's what we're talking about.
Don't let nothing beat you down.
Come on.
That exposure.
You know,
So
I need that motivation.
yeah.
It get me on to the next 4 day. It's gonna start out my week for me. every Monday I get up and I go to my infusion treatments. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, every Monday I'm writing in my gratitude journal, like, I can't wait till this is over, you know? And then I reflect back probably on something that I heard y'all say and be like, you know what?
Come on.
Absolutely right. Write this down in your journal. You more than just this. You gonna make it through. So stop, listen, get it together, girl.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we need. We need your voice. And I told you that before.
Yes, you did. And I appreciate you. Go ahead, Sadiq. I'm listening.
We need your voice. So listen, where I got to stand, listen, do I got to sell some dinners?
And I know you're right. Listen, guess what? As long as I got a phone, you understand what I'm saying? I got a voice for people to hear it. So that's the thing that I want to understand. So this is the thing. Girl Talking the Spirit is Girl Talking the Spirit. Different when we were at Sounds Like Soma. That's just where we broadcast from for Girl Talking the Spirit. Now we're back at Spiritual Connect Radio. That's just where I broadcast from. But it doesn't stop Girl Talking the Spirit. That's why we're here tonight and the floor is yours. They couldn't host us tonight. No problem. We still got to keep on moving. Because people like you, and I know this for a fact, need to hear what's being said.
Exactly.
So I went through so many things and struggled through so many things. And guess what? I ain't afraid to talk about it. I have people that personally know me that say all the time, you so transparent. You have to be, especially today. Not saying I'm laying all my business out, but for like real life things that we go through, you have to be. Because somebody may look at me like, oh, she cute. What? Do you know what I went through to even get to look cute? You don't even know.
Right.
Okay, I'm sitting there trying to sharpen the eyeliner going, trying to put black stuff on under my eyes. You know what I mean? Back in pain, trying to put on, like, you don't even know what I go through, but I'm here and I'm doing it. So it ain't even about that. You know what I mean? My heart is in it. That's what's being touched. It ain't, you know, the look, is my heart. So my heart is what's touching you and other people because it's genuine and it's real. And I'm not afraid to speak up and talk about it. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? I always been this way. So it ain't nothing new. God like, yup, let me help tweak her gifts and get her together. Because look, I'd be quick to tell somebody off in a minute. But he like, I don't want you telling people off. I want you to tell people. Right. I want you to talk to the people, inspire them, encourage them, motivate them, not telling people off. And every once in a while, I have my moments. I ain't gonna lie. Right. I gotta be real. But at the end of the day, I know that my voice, like I touched on Ms. Young saying I talk too much, but that's part of my gift. Don't suppress my gift. And that's what these teachers do. You see gifts in children. Like I can spot all of my children, their gifts. My 8-year-old, for instance, he's always twiddling things with his hand, with Play-Doh, with paper clips, he's an artist. I'm going to help enhance his gift. I ain't going to say, why are you ripping up all the paper? Why are you messing with my foil? At first I had to catch on. I'm observing. I'm like, oh, that's part of his gift. You have to look at your children and your grandbabies and see the gift. Each and every last one of us have a gift, and we came in this earth with that gift. So it's up for our parents to help cultivate that. Yeah, I talk so much and I enjoy talking. I say that's my favorite thing to do. But look what I'm doing now. I have a talk show. I enjoy talking. I don't mind talking about those tough. I don't mind talking about those tough situations. And guess what? I say this all the time. Anybody, and I never said it, and I'm about to say it now. Anybody ever call up to Girl Talking the Spirit, come on Clubhouse, whatever, to try to fact check me and shut me down, oh gosh, just be prepared. Just know that.
Be alarmed.
Be prepared.
Be
you understand what I'm saying?
Be aware.
I may not have all the answers, but guess what? I got something. I watched somebody host a room and they got shut down their own room. Never happening. I know they say never happen. I got to come back for everything. And I said I got to get smart. It ain't never happening. You feel me? Never happening. I'm so serious, and that's real talk. It ain't happening. Call in. Right. I don't care. I don't have no. Even if I don't have no knowledge of what you're talking about, you still ain't shutting down. And I'm done for now.
That's heavy.
Wow. So and here we are.
Real talk.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because we're talking about exposure tonight. One of the things that I've experienced is being around millionaires and just being around how confident they are. And one of the things that I understand about them is they'll give you anything that you want. You just got to pick up on it because they talk sometimes in code. And they'll tell you the secrets to life. I remember this guy named Walter Charles. He's not a millionaire. He makes about $300,000 a year though. And me and Walter Charles were talking, and he talked about becoming successful and what it takes. He has 4 children, and he talked about his 4 children creating their own way to success. And he didn't coddle them. He didn't say, because I'm making money, now you're okay. He forced them. He forced them to make their own way, and they did. Even though they work in the same company that he works in, they made that choice. He didn't make that choice for them.
They decided.
They decided it. So being exposed to that tells me that if I am the leader that God tells me I am, which I am, and I am going to do all the amazing things that he told me that I am, which I am, then my children then can see for themselves that they have it in them to do it. Because if they don't have an example, how in the world will they ever know that they can do anything worth doing or worth even thinking about? Like, how could you expect your kids to think the fullest and then tell them, you could do it, but you're not doing it? Like, that's an oxymoron, right? For me, it is. So when I committed to this thought and this mindset that I'm going to be the greatest motivational speaker in the entire world,
come on,
then I had a sit down meeting with all of my children and told them, your dad is going to be a superhero. This is what your dad's doing. And I went over it step by step with them. They will tell you. And I told them why I wouldn't be able to spend as much time with them right now. I told them the grind that I was going to be on, because that's the example. And this is what they're exposed to. So what do you think I expect of them?
Yeah.
Right? So exposure is a really good topic.
It really is. Listen, me, Hakeem, and Darryl was just at this event last night. Shout out Money Talks EDU. Crystal, let me tell you.
Shout out to Money Talks EDU.
Did a beautiful job hosting that event. You hear me? Wasn't that dope? Look at the environment we were in last night. I'm gonna let y'all touch on it.
I was
Go ahead, Hakeem.
I was in awe. And I was telling one of my family members today. I said I went somewhere with cousin Darryl and Sean yesterday, and I said I didn't want to feel like I was in awe, but I would love to live that way.
Yeah,
that was inspiring.
We had to be exposed to that.
I was exposed to it. So when I seen it, it inspired me to do better for myself, to be able to live comfortable and beautifully as this man that invited us to his home.
Oh man,
it was.
Listen, it's like.
When I say this is so beautiful,
50 Shades of Grey. I ain't seen it. I heard about it, but
that wasn't 50 Shades of Grey. That was, I don't know what that was. That was
but his house did look like
that. Yes, no, it did. It did. Somebody told me about the part. I seen the clip now.
I do want to crib with 50 Shades of Grey part of it.
Listen, that house.
Yeah, it was
It was
an art gallery.
The winding staircase to get up to the rooftop. Listen,
your brother lived in like an art gallery.
I'm telling
his
you,
house was art.
It was
everything
beautiful.
was artistic. It was so beautiful.
So beautiful. Everything.
I don't even know how to explain it.
We can't. You had to be there. I did do a little video, but I ain't posting it.
I'm gonna tell you why I wasn't as impressed. Right. The reason why I wasn't as impressed is because I've experienced so much so far in my life, and I'm so grateful. I am not taking it for granted.
Listen, but we weren't impressed. That's not what we said.
Right, but
we weren't impressed.
Right,
it was just talking about being exposed.
Right, but what I'm saying
is
one of the things
I was in awe.
You was in awe. I wasn't. Right. It was just
because I like art.
That's beautiful. I'm with you.
One of the things that I did love is the fact that he had his bookcase near his bed. Like it was everything for me, because that's exactly how I want it. I want to make sure that before I go to bed, and he had a book on his bed. I look at the small things. He had a book on his bed.
Did that impress you?
That did.
So why are you saying you wasn't impressed?
No, because I wasn't. I said I wasn't impressed with the house,
the environment.
Yeah,
it was a nice environment.
The house didn't do anything for me. It was really nice. It was really nice. But what impressed me most was the fact that he is a reader. He's 76 years old. And I didn't know he was 76.
67.
70.
No, he said 78.
Oh,
He said
no,
70.
he said 68.
2 years away from 70.
Yeah, he's 68.
Oh, he's 68.
Yeah, he's 68.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he said
He's 68.
All right, but he's 68.
But he still, he looked great.
He looks
even
awesome.
looked like he was 68.
But he even, you can feel his spirit too. His spirit was so calm.
Yeah.
It was, he walked light.
Yeah.
And he walked with a sense of joy. See, those are the things I pay attention to.
Let me tell you what I pay attention to. So I kept joking and said I was gonna put my business card in his pocket. So Kristen was like, "Watch your wallet." I said, "No, that would have been 20 years ago, right?" But he listen at what he said. He said 20 years ago he even had that kind of money. Do the math from the age. So that goes to show you. Me, you, and Curtis touched on this.
20 years
From what? From 0 to 21, you learning.
Mhm.
21 to whatever age, you know what I mean? You earn it.
Right.
And then once you hit a certain age, you achieved it.
Mhm.
So he achieved it. So don't think, so it's this false narrative that you got to be a certain age to have
Right.
your first home, your first car, to be married, and they put pressure on us. So 20 years ago, he was 48. Do the math.
Right.
Yeah.
None of us is 48 yet.
Mhm.
He's saying he wasn't even able to live like that at 48. Listen, so now I was impressed by that.
That's dope.
I heard him.
I ain't hear that.
I heard him.
Because he's 2 years away from 70, and he never seen that type of money in 20 years.
20 years ago, because I was like, maybe 20 years ago, I would have digged in his pocket. Let's keep it real. I talked about I used to be a booster, but I ain't stole from people. I stole clothes, but I don't know. I might have went in his pocket. Who knows? 20 plus years ago. I'm keep it real. But he was saying then he even had that kind of money.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it wouldn't have mattered. You know what I mean? Ain't that dope?
Right.
But he was only 40, it's like 47. And now he's living it. He's able to live comfortably, walk his dog, sit in his house if he wants. That's why he got a book on his bed. He's able to live comfortably without even thinking about it. Oh, I can host some event here. It's no problem.
And like I said, I told him, I said, you were an inspiration of mine because the books, the art, that's ideal for me. Like I love reading. I love art. To have books around you and art around you in the
yeah, our work was awesome.
It was beautiful.
I can't even.
It was beautiful.
That was awesome. I took a lot of pictures.
So exposure, like you're, and that's the key to life. Is my whole purpose is to show my son, my 14-year-old son, my 4-year-old son, that is things outside of what you see. It's things outside of the norm.
Come on.
So you walk around every day and you go to school, you with your friends, you play the video game, and you probably play basketball, a little football. You might have your rap music on. But then if I can expand your vision, take you to places like the Grand Canyon, right? Take you to places like Niagara Falls. Take you to places like some of the conventions that I go to or some of the conventions that I'm going to have and expose you to how powerful so many people can be and how your vision can be expanded. Then I'm doing my job. I want to do that before I pass away. I'm satisfied. If I can show my children the side of life that where it's no lid. It's no lid. You know, there's no lid on what you can do.
Come on.
If I can show my kids that, I can rest easy. And that's the purpose. I done spent so much money looking and searching, and I'm happy I spent that money. It don't mean that stuff didn't work out for me. I've experienced. And because I've experienced, I now know who I am. And whoever, like a lot of people might be like, no, I'm not spending my money in that. Why not get that experience? Get that experience, because you never know if that's for you. And even if it's not for you, I guarantee that you're going to learn something that's valuable to your life. So you can't be scared to spend that money for your growth. You can't. I lost thousands of dollars, and I spent my last couple dollars on earning the right to know who I am. That's what I call it. You're earning the right to know who you are. So can't no dollar amount be put on that. It's that experience and that exposure.
I think, and we're going to touch on this on a Girl Talking in Spirit episode when Crystal and Denise come on for breaking the cycle of poverty. The way we view money is totally wrong.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because money, it can be a whole bunch of money right here on this table. What is it doing for us?
Nothing sitting there.
Nothing sitting there and you got it. Not a thing. Money is a means of exchange.
That's
you
it.
get what I'm saying? It's a means of exchange. Yeah. That's it. Yeah,
So
it's
you
not
saying
go
money
ahead.
is like communication?
Yes, it is. Money is definitely a language.
Yeah, it's like
Yes,
communication.
for sure.
It
Because
is.
communication is a means to exchange.
Yes, it's a money
and
is a means of
ideas and
exchange.
passion and
You want
purpose.
something, you're
Mhm.
exchanging the money for that, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Even when people are saving money, what are they saving money for? Retirement,
Yeah.
right? So when they retire, they'll have a way to exchange, a means of exchange.
Mhm.
That's it. That's what it's there for.
Mhm.
So we shouldn't idolize it. We shouldn't be afraid to spend it and use it. We touched on this on Clubhouse.
Mhm.
How when they was like, she was like, well, I don't think you should beat yourself up for taking yourself out to eat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, we definitely need to do better with how we view money. We want to touch on that. But any final points, guys, before we close?
I just want to say something about exposure because I didn't really get my point on exposure.
Yes,
I just want
go
to say one
ahead.
thing about exposure because somebody was saying that your environment it don't dictate you or something like that, or your
Who say that?
I think Sadiq.
Oh, she said she didn't allow her environment
right.
to define her. Yes.
But and what I say is like in the Jungle's Creed, this my exposure, and this pretty much make up me in a nutshell. And because I always looked at myself like, why was you that way? Why was you this way? You know, you're so analyzing yourself like, why you did this? Why you do that? And I couldn't figure out why. So, and you talk about exposure. So I read a book, Iceberg Slim, and he said in the Jungle's Creed, the strong must feed on any prayer at hand. I was branded a beast, and I said at the feast before I was a man. So if I was to complain, then that would be it. Before I was introduced to too much game at too young an age. So a lot of times I've been exposed to things at too young an age and picked up on it, and that determined my outcome because I was exposed to too much at too young an age. So his thing was, he said in the Jungle's Creed, the strong must feed on each prayer hand. I was branded a beast, and I said the feast before I was even considered a man.
Wow.
So he said if I was to complain, then that would be it. Before I was introduced to too much game at too young an age.
Wow.
So, you know, it is what it is. But if you want to complain or put a blame on it, it would be his exposure.
Oh, that's deep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, that's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. And so I blame who I am
exposed
on being exposed to things at too young an age.
So that goes to our topic. It does have a very powerful impact what you're exposed to. It really does. You know what I mean? But you can change what you're being exposed to have different.
Look at this.
Yeah.
You're talking about exposure.
Yes. It's saying 2020. They got
the
mid
2021.
By changing the environment, by changing the it don't even have to be the environment, by changing the people that you socialize with, by for me, a lot of times, as a woman, I found myself like within a group of women that may have had more education than I did, but by far was not smarter than me.
Come on, Sadiq.
So I always tell my parents, I have a parent right now that calls me all the time. And she's like, Miss S, I can't wait till you open back up. I can't wait. And, she said, one thing I'm going to tell you is, you may not have all of the education that just to say, I'm going to say Michelle Obama has. But I have saw you run circles around these teachers.
Come on, Sadiq.
Wow.
And that doesn't come, a lot of things you can't learn from a book. A lot of things, it has to do with learning out on the street, learning from other people, reading, listening, and paying attention to your environment. So environment does have an impact.
Yeah.
The way that people go about their everyday life and how people go about just living, period. But I strongly believe that although our environment has an impact on our lives, we don't have to be a product of that.
Come on.
I am very proud of those two gentlemen sitting right there with you right now.
Yes, me too.
You understand? Every week that they on that show, they dropping some knowledge.
Come
I
on.
hope there's some men out here that's listening.
Yeah. It is, Sadiq, like you said, for the women. You got a lot of men that listen to Girl Talk in the Spirit. I remember going to one of the reunions there on 46th Street. Everyone that came up to me and told me, and they call it Girl Talk. You know how the men are. It was all men that was like, yo, I listen to Girl Talk every week. Keep doing your thing. It was all men. So they listening.
And I got homies that call me, but like,
they
I
listening. Trust me.
Live.
Yeah.
I listen to
the men are listening, and we appreciate that. We really do.
I'm proud of the job that y'all doing.
Thank you, Sadiq, too, for that.
I am proud of y'all, because baby, listen, some of these people not waking up tomorrow.
Come on.
Not even waking up the next hour. I'm proud that y'all making an impact on these kids. I'm proud that y'all making an impact on the environment. So I want y'all to keep on pushing and don't let nobody tell y'all different. I know it's going to be time that y'all get discouraged, but y'all know the kind of environment that we all came from. And there's something better out there for these kids. It's a different day and time, but we can push these kids to be better than what we were, better than what our parents were, and better than what anybody else could ever think that they're going to be. Because they got potential. They don't understand. Being a Black person, you born with knowledge. And that's the thing that can nobody take from you.
It's in our genes. Talk about it.
And even the ones that make mistakes like me, we are always greater than our greatest mistake.
Come on, Hakeem.
We are always greater than our greatest mistake, or we are greater than our worst decision in life.
And guess what? Every decision or mistake that you made, it was a lesson. It was a life lesson that God wanted to teach you.
Come
it was
on.
time to learn from. And guess what? He made you a better person through the lesson that he taught you, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't learn from the lesson that he's trying to teach you, then you're doomed to repeat him. See, and people don't understand. That's why we have a lot of our gentlemen still ending up behind bars, because they're not heeding the word. They're not seeing it. They're not getting the benefit of it. You know, no matter how much you tell them to do better, or however much you preach to them, it's just some people you definitely cannot help. And I don't mean that literally, but it's just some people that's never going to get it. You know, but I'm glad that y'all got it. And y'all willing to give it to somebody else. Y'all not holding it hostage and trying to save it for somebody. This is the way I look at it. I used to teach at an all-white private school. And I said to myself, I said, I'm giving these kids going out here, they bust hundreds on these little private school tests. This all my doing. This all my doing. This all my teaching. Why I'm going to sit here and keep giving this to these kids and better them to be better than my Black kids.
Come on.
And I can go back to the school district of Philadelphia and work it out with them. And guess what? That's what I did. Because I love my Black kids. And they deserve to have a good chance just like everybody else. But we count them out. But I ain't counting them out.
Come on,
and I
me
hope
either.
y'all don't need to. Y'all keep pushing forward.
That's
and
right.
don't let them end up being a part of the environment that they in, because they better than that.
Love it.
Yeah. And just like even with the streets and even with prison, they always told me, they said prison can be a wise man university or a fool's paradise. Same thing with the streets.
Say it again. No, say that again.
Say that again, Hakeem.
Prison or the streets. It could be a wise man's university or a fool's paradise. Either one. However you want to do it. It could be life, the streets, prison, the way you can look at life. A wise man's university or a fool's paradise. Pick your poison.
Love it.
When y'all going on tour?
I know that's right. Speaking into existence.
When y'all going on tour?
It's going to be real soon. I'm telling you. Listen, it's about to be a television show birthed out of this.
It's a testimony, okay?
Listen, that everybody needs to see. I'm telling you. You know, coming from nothing, making something out of nothing, right? Okay, I love it. I love it.
Every one of y'all got something
Come on.
that y'all giving.
I love it.
Everybody got a testimony. Everybody got something spiritual that they can lend and give. And that's what we need. We need that positivity.
Yes, we do.
We need to see more of the people in your age group doing this.
Well, that's why on next Wednesday, I have the event that I created to make sure that the men are being held accountable in our community. And that event is specifically geared towards men to find out what it is we can do tangibly to affect the community. I'm not talking about, oh, well, for instance, let's say you wanted to, go to a school and speak to the kids. Cool, that's what you want to do. Are you going to talk about it, or what are we going to do about it? Are we going to go to the school board, see how many gyms we can touch, or auditoriums we can touch, or are we just going to say, yeah, this is what I want to do, and leave it at that? Or are we going to say, yo, young bulls was shooting, that's crazy, and leave it at that? Or are we going to say, yo, I saw them boys on the corner, like they was crazy on Molly, and leave it at that? Like, no, if we going to do something and we say we're going to do something,
let's do it.
I have to hold you accountable to that, because it's no more, for me, it's no more of Daryl sitting back and hearing Hakeem, not that you're going to say this, but hearing Hakeem say, oh yeah, I went down to City Hall and I talked. Okay, then what? You know what I mean? Because that's what a lot of people are doing right now. You go down City Hall, you have a conversation, and then you're back at City Hall the next week having a conversation. What if you we talked about this, the numbers game. What if you took 50 men with you? Then that conversation is louder. Now they listening. But if you keep going down there by yourself, they ain't going to listen to nothing you got to say, because they feel like the community don't give a damn.
Yeah.
And that's where we have to make our boots touch the ground and walk the walk instead of talking the talk. It's more than just talking. And this is the reason why I wanted to hold the event next week, because for all the community leaders, I'm calling them out. If you say this is what you're about, let me see it. Let me see it. And then we're going to write it down. We're going to put something in place and say, okay, this is what we're doing and this is how we're going to attack it. That's why I wanted to do that next week. So it's not about,
I'm excited about next week too.
Listen, it's not about me. It's about our community. Because even though I'm going to be the best motivational speaker in the world, outside of that, we still have a community to save. That's my career. But on the other hand, I have another responsibility, and that's the community.
We gotta reach back.
Like self is the extension of community. You see what I'm saying? Self is the extension of community. When you love yourself, you love your neighbor, you love your community.
Come on,
you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it all ties, because we all connected to the universe. You see what I'm saying? So everything is in the calling of the universe. How everything comes back to each other and accommodates each other. And you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what Daryl saying, community, it starts with self, then it's community is the extension of self. So with me, people like, why you do it? Community is my religion. I do it religiously. It's my religion. It's my passion. It's my compassion.
Talk about it, because I don't even see positive things from you. That's all I've been seeing.
And me and Sean, our conversation earlier started from what we talking about right now. What I'm talking about right now, and I was tired. I was beat down.
But Hakeem was flowing.
He was like, you like what you saying? You see what I'm saying? Like this is my religion. And we talk about God. Mm-hmm. We talk about God. And you say something, and we talk about religion and God in our conversation before I came on the show. And what we say?
He asked him, did I think God was a man? I said no. God is an entity.
I said the entity. I said, do you think God is a woman?
Yes.
I said, how do you know? I said, people always say God, hey. I said, how do you know if God is not a woman or not?
I said, he's not a woman.
I don't know.
He's a being, an entity, powerful spirit, right? That we couldn't even be able to even think about. Like men in our concept of who God is, we put him in a box. You understand what I'm saying? We really do. We put him in a box. You have to.
And then I asked you about religion too.
Yeah, you have to, exactly.
Yeah. And when I asked about religion, would you say
I'm on I'm on a spiritual journey right now, and I'll be sharing bits and pieces. But what I did say to Hakeem is, we're taught to look for God outside, but God is within each and every one of us. That's what I see. God is within you.
Mary, is the God
we are taught to look for God outside. Look up, look here, look there, but God is in each and every one of us. God is within us. And that's real deep and heavy. And let me tell you how I know that. My first time ever doing a meditation, and the church tell you meditation, that's of the devil. It's, you know, it's evil. You shouldn't do that and do that. When the Bible even tells you to meditate. But my first time doing a meditation, and when I did it successfully, I was successful in doing it. I stood myself, quiet my mind, and I can feel me, my spirit within of who Siobhan is. Such a beautiful and loving spirit. I always heard people say that about me, but for the first time in my life, I was able to feel it about me.
I still don't know how to meditate. Who could teach me how to meditate?
Yeah, we'll send you some links.
I would love to know.
But listen, Sadiq, I was able to feel my spirit within how powerful, we're powerful beings having this human experience, and we don't even realize that.
Right.
We are not these bodies. We're spiritual beings. And God is a spirit. You know what I mean? He created us and put it, and we're in these bodies to be here on this earth. My pastor used to always say, these are our earth suits.
Right.
This is not who Siobhan is. Who I am is within this body. And I was able to feel my true self. Yeah. Exactly. That's a whole nother topic.
You are a vessel though, Sean.
Yep, we gotta end the show because I gotta get up. I gotta go.
Yeah,
I do.
Let me read this to you real quick before we end this show. I just want to read this to you real quick. And I've been thinking about this. It says, running this race is the greatest challenge of your life. It requires self-control, motivation, and stamina. It requires submission to the training, saying yes every day to getting dressed, lacing up your shoes, and staying on the course. Determined to run that race so you will win.
I love it. That is powerful.
You sound just like your little brother, yo.
Every single day, you have to be determined. You cannot give up. You can't give up. You have to be, no matter what comes. And we all had those days. Yeah. I have them a lot because I don't think people realize that when you're like, this isn't easy being on a platform like this. People may look at it and may want and go. Do you know the high standard that I'm called to? You understand what I'm saying? I have to watch what I say, watch what I do, no matter where I'm at. That's why I love me and my personality and my character. You know why I'm the same no matter what. So I would never have nothing on me because I'm always the same. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm still called to a higher standard. So you know how people, they be up in the public, in the media, and then something break out. Oh my God, I can't believe they do that. Not saying you will never hear nothing like that, but I remain the same all the time. So I don't have to worry about that because wherever I go, I'm the same. You understand what I'm saying?
Because I was having a conversation earlier with somebody, and I was like, I don't really get along with two-faced people. Like,
you gotta be the same.
I say because like with me, something happened to me, like so I can lose somebody that was very, very, very dear to me, and you can come up to me and play with me. Hey, I'm still gonna play with you. I'm not gonna be like, no, not right now. Because what I'm dealing with personally is what I'm dealing with personally. But I'm still gonna deal with you the same way, no matter what I'm dealing with privately. I'm never gonna tell nobody not right now.
You know what? But that's a strength.
I'm still the same way.
That's a strength of yours, Hakeem, though, and everybody not there. So you can't hold that against
people. I hate when people tell me not right now.
Like, no, I hear you, but everybody not
the same way.
That's a strength of yours. Everybody don't got that. You get what I'm saying? But what I mean is being the same. Let me tell you, I remember real quick, we're gonna end the show in a minute, going to this hair salon for a hair consultant, right? I don't know what's going on up here in the middle, but it was thinning. You know what I mean? And she told me it wasn't alopecia. She like alopecia, like all this would have been going. So anyway, she put some stuff in. She was real nice. Went back the next day to 2 days later to buy what she was selling me. I had to do a double take because when I was there, it was just me and her. When I went back, her staff was there. Salon was full. I couldn't believe this was the same person. Total different persona. Like, I was shocked. It turned me off. I was like, I would never come back to her. Like, just her energy, vibe, and everything. Like, so this is how you got to be around these people. You get what I'm saying? She wasn't her true, genuine self.
But you don't, though.
You know what I mean? Exactly. But that's what she had to be. I don't know why. But when she was around me, she was cool. We was kicking it, busting it up. Then when I went back, it was somebody
like,
told
like
me.
sometimes you might speak to
I had
somebody.
I kept looking at her. I'm so serious, sure. I'm like, is this the same person? I'm so serious. I wouldn't lie. And you know, us black women, we are a different wig. She get down the wig, but still, it was her.
What's that old soap opera? As the World Turns.
Yes, I'm telling
You know,
you.
some people will speak to you when they around certain people, and some people won't speak to you.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't
do no matter who I'm with.
But you had no reason to do it. I don't know.
Say that again.
But she had no reason to do it.
No, but that's who she is. You know what I mean? She one way around a certain amount of people in a different way. And I picked that up instantly. When I say I thought I met, it was a total different. I kept looking at her like, is this really like, did I come into the right hairstyle? I couldn't believe it was the same person I just talked to 2 days ago.
So, quick question, and it might be a little off. Do you think, when you know, back in the day, we used to be like, they two-faced it. We didn't know about bipolar. So when I think about,
not everyone,
I didn't know about bipolar back then. I'd be like, that's the two-faced. They two-faced it. But now when you fast forward, when you see two-faced people, are they really suffering from bipolar?
But not everybody. And a lot of people use, they are, but a lot
Yeah.
of people try to use mental health as a scapegoat, and I don't like don't do that because it is serious. You understand what I'm saying? Because I deal with that in my family. That's what I'm talking about. Mental health is serious, but if you don't suffer with that, don't use it as a scapegoat. Anything mental health.
I have heard people say that in vain. Oh, I got bipolar.
That's what I mean. Because it's serious. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Bipolar is serious.
Any type of mental health issues. I have a child that deals with mental health issues, so it's passionate and dear to my heart. So don't use that as a scapegoat when you're really not suffering from that. It's okay to have a bad day.
I do hear people say that though.
Yeah, that's what I'm. But don't. Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm with you on that, Siobhan, because listen, people don't understand when you have a child that has, not even mental illness. My son came from him being hit by a car, and he ended up with a traumatic brain injury. But people don't understand what you go through in life when you have kids that's going through, mental sacrifices.
I'm telling you,
nobody don't understand that. And for me, I never want nobody's child to be labeled. But people, if you are a person that have bipolar, believe me, you ain't out here blasting it.
Thank you. That's the point that I'm making. Thank you. So that's why I have an issue in closing, right? That's why I have an issue with being two different ways around certain people. Anybody like Daryl met my extended friends. For instance, Shalina, Sheena, I'm the same. I'm always, you've been around Lena and shit. Like I'm the same. It don't matter. This is who, and they know that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and y'all know that. That's why I really appreciate Hakeem and Daryl. And I know we're family, but as friends too, because we're the same no matter what. It don't matter what environment we in, we're the same. And I'm sure we all experienced that. We ain't doing that. We ain't paying those
appreciate and love these.
Yes, but we thank y'all so much. Listen, shout out cousin Daryl. The floor is yours. He hosted Girl Talk in the Spirit. We are loving his studio setup.
What's goody though?
Yeah, was goody though. He had us all say that last night. Listen. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This was recorded, and then we're going to post it up to our social media. But listen, I'm so glad because we were able to go over the hour. We ain't feeling rushed. Like, this was a good show.
It flew.
Sadiq, thank you for being our calling guest tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you for the encouragement.
Listen, I'm always there. Listen, I wish y'all could do this at least more than once a week.
It's coming soon.
Y'all might have to start a therapy session Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
It's coming. Yep, just look out for that. We got some things coming in the fall.
Yeah, you gotta I gotta get you a iPhone because we have our Clubhouse.
No, remember they opened it up to Android now.
So you can hop on that.
Yep.
So
follow us on Clubhouse.
Android users.
I'm not technically inclined.
Nope, I got you. Look, you not.
They're going to hook you up, and you would love
Tuesdays,
it.
You're the greatest.
Tuesdays and Fridays.
We do it. Yeah.
Every
so we are
Tuesday
doing
and Friday
it
at 9 o'clock. Also, Girl Talk in the Spirit on Thursday at 9 o'clock.
So y'all been keeping this.
No, because it wasn't opened up to Android users. Clubhouse was only for iPhone. users. So then they just opened it up.
Yeah, about a week ago.
Yeah, to Android users.
So
we got you.
That being said,
Yep. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much. We
All
love
right,
you.
thank you.
For the rest of y'all week.
Thank
have a
you
good one.
for
Thank you for
tuning
so much of your
in
wisdom.
to Girl Talking the Spirit. I'm your host, Siobhan.
I'm cousin Darren in the
Hakeem
building.
the
I'm
poet.
Hakeem the poet,
And this is on the phone.
She hung up. But
The great
listen, the
Sadiq.
floor is yours. Hell, Girl Talking the Spirit down tonight. We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Hey, a lot of stuff coming from the floor is yours. I just got an offer today to write my own book,
All
which
right.
is awesome. Not only am I going to write my own book, I have a party coming up to celebrate, and of course, y'all coming to celebrate me becoming a master life coach.
A master life coach. You hear that?
So I'm gonna have all my certificates and my badge, and my first speaking engagement, which is going to be a master class, will be October 28th, and I'm also excited about that. So get ready for everything that's about to come. For not only the floor is yours, Girl Talking the Spirit, and everybody else that's out there looking. We about to get out of here. Peace, love, boom. We out.
We love y'all
man.
on purpose. We love y'all because
Make sure y'all tune in next Thursday to Girl Talking the
It's gonna
Spirit.
be
We'll
heated.
definitely be doing it
Don't
live.
miss
It's gonna
it.
be great.
Yeah,
So
it's
when
gonna be
Hey,
all that.
live and
the
exact.
month of impact. Right?
Month of impact. We
Month
got
of impact.
we're gonna have a guest next week too.
Yes.
So it's gonna be dope. All right, we out, y'all.
peace.